What's up, everybody? Clay and Tom coming back at you. Week 8, done.
In the books.
What do you got, Tom?
It was a good week for everybody except Pele.
You know Pele, after checking his... Well, first of all, after waking up from his hangover, I'm sure, from all the Carvassier or the whatever he's drinking, he wakes up, checks his phone, realizes he's losing. And then all we get in a text message is a, "Oh, Stiot!"
Bummer.
It was a good week. A lot of injuries this week.
Bunch of injuries.
Tons of injuries. Le'Veon Bell, done. Matt Forte, done for a certain amount of time. We don't know.
Steve Smith Sr., done for the year. Possibly forever.
Keenan Allen ended up having a lacerated kidney.
That's tough.
It sounds bad. It sounds really bad.
Do they just cut you open and stitch that thing up and wait till it heals, or what?
I was listening to Matthew Berry yesterday, and he said that he would donate his kidney to Keenan Allen so he could play for his fantasy team.
That's awesome.
Ryan Fitzpatrick went out in the game with the Jets. Geno came in, and then he got hurt. They had to put Ryan Fitzpatrick back in, injured, because they have no quarterbacks. I think he's coming back to play this week. Reggie Bush, not that he's fantasy relevant, out.
Yep.
Slipped on concrete after scoring, was it a touchdown? Or anyways, he overran something, slipped on concrete, ACL. Kyrie Robinson, out. So Ingram becomes a much better commodity at this point.
He's already been good this year, so his value just went up a little bit.
And on the opposite side of the ball, only because it's relevant to Josh, Cameron Wake, elite pass rusher, out.
How about Ricardo Lockett taking a heavy hit from Jeff Heath? Boom, son. He was knocked out before he ever even hit the ground.
That was a great football play.
I think it was too. I agree.
It's sad that he got hit like that.
People talking about it being malicious are just ignorant. Because I mean, he didn't launch, he didn't leave his feet, he didn't go in head first. He just made a great football play. It's unfortunate what happened.
He just got lit up. Kind of like the man's lighting me up today here at work. In other sports news,
the 1-2 again. Inside corner. The Royals, 2015 World Champions.
Kansas City Royals take the World Series 4-1.
I like it.
Pretty much a domination of the Mets. It wasn't pretty, but they got the job done. Also, Hogs got another win. I don't even know who he played. UT Martin, I think.
UT Martin, yeah.
So we're 4 and something. So we need 2 more wins to get bowl eligible.
I was at a Halloween party on Saturday. Well, it was pre-Halloween party, but we were watching the game, and my buddy's dad was over there, and he was pretty liquored up. But we were up like 58-13 or something, and he was still hollering at the TV, "Get him!" I'm like, dude, we got like 3 times as many points as they do. It's over.
Now there's only one thing left. Thunder Cookie.
Mentioned earlier, Ricardo Lockett gets hit, gets knocked out. Apparently, Des Bryant was running his mouth talking about that's what you get, that's what you deserve, and then he decided to go back on it when the media approached him about it. But it was caught on camera, him running his mouth, pointing, acting dumb. Thunder Cookie, sir.
When he came back, his quote was, "I was on one knee praying for that man." I don't know if that's what he was praying for, but...
Thunder Cookie number 2. This one's tough because I like this guy, or I did like this guy a while back. Kaepernick, you just lost your job to somebody named Blaine Gabbert.
When I was doing some research, I found a nice little drop for this. He's got his own song.
The critics hated on Blaine for much too long.
Jacksonville Jaguars, after last year, that offense was awful.
They stoked his fire and the flames.
So basically, Blaine Gabbert, he's a real American.
Apparently.
And he's one amazing quarterback.
Did not cry, and he blamed tears. He's back for revenge, and it's so very clear. Blaine is a real American. Blame, little blame, blame, little blame, blame, little blame, 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 blame.
You gotta love Blaine Gabbert. He was terrible in college, terrible in the pros. We all knew he was going to be bad.
He's terrible at Jacksonville, yeah.
So for Kaepernick to lose his job to a guy that I would honestly consider maybe the worst quarterback in the NFL.
I hear that Kaepernick, whenever he goes in the locker room, this has been going on for several weeks, he doesn't even talk to anybody. He just has his headphones on, and he just kind of chills and keeps to himself. And apparently he's alienated a lot of people in that locker room.
Hey, beats by Dre, bro.
One other thing about Kaepernick. Have you seen his hair lately? His beard, his Jufro or whatever that is he's got on top of his head.
That's racially insensitive, Tom.
Well, I apologize to anybody out there that's offended.
We only make fun of Asians in this league.
Listen, back in the day, a person named Samson who got his powers from his hair.
Yes, I remember this.
Kaepernick, you're not getting any powers from your hair. It's going the opposite way. The only thing that your facial hair and your other hair is helping is your weight at the airport because you're on the list, bro.
Clay Jones
Is cooking.
The biggest game of the week, fantasy-wise, got to get the number here. 13.
I think I know where you're going with this, but lay it on me, Clay.
The passing touchdowns between Eli Manning and Drew Brees in the Saints-Giants game.
It's nuts.
Most combined passing touchdowns in the history of the NFL. At one point, at half actually, there was 7 passing touchdowns between the two of them, only 5 incompletions.
That's crazy. Luckily, I got a little piece of that action because I had the New Orleans tight end, Ben Watson, tore it up for about 29 points. Still didn't get me the win, but he had a really good game.
Eli basically got me the win
Yeah.
this week against Josh because I had a nice goose egg from John Brown. Bonus number of the week, 104.
What's that?
Patty B's bench.
Oh, yeah. Because he had Drew Brees on that bench. What did Drew Brees go for, 54 or something crazy like that?
That's got to be the most points I've ever seen on a bench. We thought Cody had it a couple weeks ago, but I think Patrick takes the cake.
He had 99 a couple weeks ago, Cody did. So 104 is nuts.
Here we go, baby. I love me some niggas. Let's rock and roll, baby. All I want to know if you got your popcorn ready. Do you got your popcorn ready right now? Popcorn ready.
You want answers? I think I'm entitled. You want answers?
Clay and Tom's weekly picks.
You can't handle
Their weekly picks.
Recap from week 8. I was perfect. 5-0.
That's the first time that's happened.
Got them all. You, 4-1. The pick you missed on was your own.
Yeah, I know, and I've noticed that whenever I pick myself, I lose in that aspect. So
Yeah, you have way too much faith in your team, Tom. We
Well-
all know that you're one of the worst teams in the league.
that's there's no doubt about that.
Also have hot off the presses, a little bit late. I think Luke was really preparing last week so hard that he didn't have time to do the write-ups. He did come through. Excellent write-up.
Based on the fact that you were late by a day, we're only going to subtract 5 points from this paper. Okay, so you're still up there rocking and rolling. One thing that was cool about the write-up, he refers to you as Clay Aiken.
That wouldn't be the first time.
Another thing was Cody lets his sister make his picks for the week, which is obvious. That's why he's 2-5 or whatever it is he is.
And it's also obvious why he didn't pick up D'Angelo Williams.
Oh, no doubt. I thought for sure he was gone before he got to me. Another thing, he's calling Cromer by a few different names, but one of them is Chromosome Man.
I really do like that one. I like Chrome Dome, Chromosome Man, Darth Spencer.
I think, Chrome Dome, was that me?
Is one of us.
Yeah.
We call you Chrome Dome.
Oh, okay.
And we call Patrick Chrome Dome as well.
Because his name's Cromer. That makes sense.
Let's go ahead and jump right into Week 9 matchups, Tom. First matchup I got on the board. Clay, the man, the myth, the legend, versus the nerd, Luke.
The one they call Smug.
Super smug, super nerdy. He's run probabilities on everything.
Clay versus Luke. You guys were the 2 worst teams at the beginning of the season, 0-3. Not saying I was too far ahead of y'all by any means, but y'all were both 0-3. Y'all are both now 4-4. One of the 4s is going to go. Somebody's going to win, somebody's going to lose. I got Clay taking the win here.
I'm going to agree with you. It's going to be a close matchup. I really do like my matchups across the board this week. I like my team a lot this week. This is definitely an important matchup for both me and Luke. After the 0-3 start, we've been 2 of the hottest teams in the league.
No doubt about it.
At 3-1. So I really think that the loser doesn't necessarily go home, but this matchup definitely has playoff implications. Second matchup, we got you versus Josh.
Well, I'm going to go Josh just for the fact that the last couple of weeks I've been betting on myself and I've been getting the loss. So, Josh.
I'm going to disagree with you, Tom.
Prime time.
Sloppy seconds.
Okay.
It's a postulate. You have followed me in every week. Last week I beat Josh. This week you're going to beat him.
Okay. I'll take that. I'd much rather have the win in the league than the win on the picks.
Third matchup of the week. We got Fiat, 1982 Fiat to be exact, versus Patrick Chromosome Cromer.
Man, I think that's really kind of a negative comment to call Ferrari a Fiat, because Fiat suck. Cromer's team would have beaten Ferrari for the last 6 weeks. So, I got to go with Patriot Cromer here, hands down.
I'm going Cromer. Gronk, Dion Lewis, and Ivory all have great matchups.
Cromer's team is so hot right now.
And Luke ran the numbers last week in our lunch date. He said that Cromer had the highest probability of winning the league.
That's crazy.
So let's go with Cromer. Fourth matchup, Perry versus Spencer.
Pele's team just took a huge hit. I don't know if I've ever seen a team get hit like that. Le'Veon Bell out, Steve Smith Sr. out, Keenan out. That's a lot of big ballers on Pele's team. So I'm going Darth Balls on this one.
I'm going to disagree because I really feel that Pele's matchups are too good this week. In terms of game parity, Spencer's got a lot riding on the Cleveland game versus Cincinnati. And you know who's starting for Cleveland this week?
Johnny Idiot Face.
Oh, yeah.
We got Johnny Manziel. I'm going to go Pele with this one. Luck of the Asian prevails.
Okay. That's wrong. But
last matchup, we got the Troglodyte versus the Stinky Fish.
with the unfortunate trade of Odell Beckham Jr. to the smug one they call Luke, Cody, you're going down. Patty B's got this win, hands down. And Cody, here's a little bit of advice, or just a tip. You won't have to hear any smack talk from anybody in the league, especially Patrick, until he's got you beat.
This week's going to be interesting for us. I'm going to go against you here. I'm going to go Cody. When I looked at the matchups, I did like both teams on paper. I really think that Aaron Rodgers is going to have a comeback against the Panthers. I'm not saying they win, but they're going to be a lot better than they were against the Broncos.
Okay, well, that's fair. Do you think Cody will put him in his starting lineup?
He probably won't. Cody, don't make me look bad this week. That's your number one job.
I noticed that Luke changed his team name to It's Complicated. And I don't know if he's got something personal going on or if his life has just become complicated since he's been in this league or what. But after we found out that he runs probabilities and spreadsheets, and you know what I'm imagining? That he's like something in a Die Hard movie, you know, with all the computers and the servers and shit. Everything's going. And like if you look at his house from above, it's like a heat signature all the way around. So. I'm popping 3 generators to run all these calculations, bro.
Oh, I guarantee he is. Plus, Facebook status. It's complicated.
Gotcha.
All right, jabronis, bringing you the best content. Coming off of a huge win this week against Pele, we got Patrick. How you doing, buddy?
Doing all right. Trying to eat some lunch.
No, we don't have time for lunch, and neither do you. How do you feel about this week's matchup?
Who am I playing?
You versus Cody this week.
Oh, I think he is the most underrated 2 and 5 team or 3 or 4 team there is. I mean, his team puts up good points. He's just unlucky and loses.
How did you feel last week when you finally notched that third victory?
Not much different than I did the week before. It's really not that big of a deal to me. I knew that third victory was coming. I was kind of shocked. Thought I was going to get woodheaded again. I'm really upset about that one.
Woodheaded is now a verb.
No doubt.
Yeah.
Death by Woodhead.
All right, the league is definitely going to want to know this. How have you managed to deal with your depression this year?
This is going on YouTube, and I'm a professional, so I'm just going to keep it. I'm not going to go into detail. I work on a substance abuse unit, so I'm not going to be able to talk about it.
Okay, that's fair enough. You played that real professional-like. We appreciate that.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Do you have any smack to throw out to Cody this week in lieu of your matchup?
No, I don't even know what's on this thing. I don't even know who he's got.
So you're going to wait until you're up by 40 on Sunday to throw out the smack?
What's his team name? Nicely.
Big Daddy Hammer.
Big Daddy Hammer. Oh, thought a Big Daddy Hammer's team sucks. Throw one of those out.
It don't matter. Whatever you want to do.
That's the best I got.
Your smack talk is terrible, just like Cody's. It's funny that y'all are matched up this week.
Sorry about that.
It's okay.
I'll work on it for next time.
Gotcha, man.
You always call me in the middle of lunch, man.
Well, that's
Don't think about fantasy football.
It's the only time we can do the podcast.
Yeah.
We're working hard over here at Hate the Game League Studios.
Professional.
We are professional engineers.
Seems like it's a second career, not a first.
All right, man. Hey, thanks for giving us a little bit of time. I'm going to hate you next week whenever me and you are playing each other. So
Bring it on, Clay. My little kid will take both of your twins.
Nice. All right, man. We'll see you later.
All right, bye.
There you have it, jabronis. The official, definitive Patrick interview. For a while, I thought Patrick was going to go through some pretty rough times mentally, Tom, but he's definitely been able to cope with it in some fashion.
Well, he declined to respond or give us any information about what he's been using to cope. So, like I say, he took the high road on that.
You'd keep your mouth shut if you knew it was good for you, buddy.
Smack talk of the week. We'll start out in the NBA. DeMarcus Boogie Cousins, when asked about the Clippers, here's what he had to say.
I hate him. I hate him. I hate him.
Love it. Harkens back to the old NBA days when guys actually hated each other. They didn't want to be friends. They didn't want to be bros on the court. Last year, Isaiah Thomas Jr. tried to shake Chris Paul's hand after a game. Boogie snatched him up and wouldn't let him touch him.
Yeah. I guess what trips me out is his nickname is Boogie. Sup, Boogie?
Second smack talk. Some amazing trash talk from Peyton Manning. Underhanded, delivered well from the press conference.
I don't look at this like a, I told you so moment because I don't really listen to what you say in the first place.
Basically, after this week, everyone's thinking, Peyton Manning came out, had a good game. This is a big I told you so for Peyton Manning because of all of his critics. Well, there you have it. Peyton doesn't care what you or I or anyone thinks.
True. Peyton's going to do his thing. One other little smack talk of the week I've got from text message here. From Luke, the smug one. Says, hey, you guys doing the podcast at lunch today? I respond and say, yup. He says, tell that floppy-eared bastard I'm going to beat him so bad that even his butt buddy Clay Aiken won't help him recover fast enough next week. And tell him everyone knows he's a fag.
Who is he talking about?
You.
Where's the floppy ear come from?
I don't know. He was just running his mouth. So
hey, it's pretty good. Here's what I got to say to you, Luke. You can take all of your trades, all of your moves, your makeshift lineup, turn them some bitches sideways, and stick them straight up your candy ass.
Boom, son.
All right, last thing I got today for the podcast. Next week, week 10, we're going to have a real smack off. So I want everyone to come up with about 30 seconds worth of smack. Can be about your matchup, about the league, about whatever you want. Jim Rome style. Have a take, don't suck. Call me in the week. Leave me a voicemail.
With your smack talk and whatever you got to say.
I will record them. Next week, we're going to have a whole segment, nothing but the smack off, and then we're going to vote as a league on who does the best. There's no money or anything. It's just more of a bragging rights thing, just to see who can throw out the best smack. Tom and me will also record smack talk. So it's going to be an entire league-wide smack talk. I think it'll be fun.
Yeah, it's going to be awesome.
And I'll give everyone a chance to prepare. Last week, I kind of sprung it on them.
No, but that's good. You get to see who was ready and who was just like, I've been sticking my thumb up my butt all day. So. Or you hear Patrick Blaylock, my team sucks, the owner sucks, I suck. Bleh.
I think this podcast is probably going to suck. So, but hey, that's all we got, jabronis. It's been emotional.
Boom, son. You're done.